competition has actually been very interesting so far. Has actually been very, very competitive. Like today's actually the conference because we have about 8 faculties to actually debate on national and international issues. And before working with we have at first we have about 12 faculties located interests. About 3 faculties lost out at during the competition. So today, there is about 4 faculties. This is Faculty of Law, Education, Social Science, Basic Medical Science, and a whole lot. So it promises to be very, very fantastic.
We have faculties, 8 faculties, 8 speakers, just one very podium and one winner. Taking the lead, we have Team A, Faculty of Social Science, Faculty of Basic Medical Science. Team C, Faculty of Science, Faculty of Clinical Science. Team D, I would like to be partial here, but Faculty of Law! Are we here? Faculty of Law! Thank you. Faculty of Education. Team F. Faculty of Engineering, Team G. And the last but not the least, Faculty of Arts, Team A.
Our new Deputy Vice Chancellor in absence is actually on his way. And the Dean, Director of Student Affairs, Dr. Mario Faladimeji, is also on his way. Our Royal Father of the Day in absentia, Oba Samuel Kayode Shodimu Olosure Olorishogo. Our Chairman of the Day, Otumba Ajibola Budipe. You're very much welcome, sir. We also have the honor to have the presence of the Student Union President in person of Senator Modesty. You're very much welcome, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Victor Adipite, the Vice President of the Judiciary and Debating Society, Ooulit University. I am privileged and it's a great pleasure on behalf of the society to welcome you to the maiden edition of the Battle of Intellectuals, the biggest interfaculty debate and public speaking competition in the institution. A round of applause for yourselves, please. Thank you. The program is actually themed Youth as an Agent of Change, Myth or Reality. Plato, a philosopher, said, wise men speak because they have something to say. Fools speak because they have something to say. Words are incredibly powerful. The gift of words and language should be used for transformative results. Public speaking is a way to build impact leaders who will gain self-confidence through the art of speaking. Public speaking and debate is a medium to analyze national and international issues for workable solutions that can be transformed into policies for national growth and development. The Literary and Debating Society, ladies and gentlemen, is the largest student association in the Ooulit University of public speakers, debaters, and future leaders who believe in the power and influence of communication, free speech, and public debate in the advancement of any nation. The sole aim of the society is to promote intellectualism in a school by creating a student network of public speakers, debaters, and writers who are passionate about constant learning, growth, and will become worthy ambassadors of the institution, and organizing regular intellectual programs as a means of addressing the ills of the society. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to with much thoughts, but I admonish you all to fasten your seatbelts as we fly at the altitude of high quality debate and learn from our distinguished guest speakers. Thank you and stay blessed. Enjoy the program.
And then I'm sure the different groups that are representing various faculties here, in fact, some of them may not even sleep overnight because they are preparing very, very well. So I want to congratulate the executive of this association. So I want to encourage us, if you have not joined this society, please join this society. Join it. So I'm going to sit by and learn from our great students. So please enjoy yourself and relax. Thank you very much.
NSAS protest, an experience worth repeating. Supporting this very motion is the Faculty of Social Science, while on the opposing side is the Faculty of Basic Medical Science. The lead speaker or the chief speaker is having 6 minutes allotted time, while the supporting speaker is having 4 minutes allotted time. So please, debaters, take notes. Mr. Yes, the very present timekeeper, please, I very well know that you are capable of time conscious.
I would want all teams to comply with the time, and where we have a team that is not complying with the allotted time, definitely there will be a reduction in marks. Also, the judges should be looking at the following in grading the competition, the debate competition. We have the dressing, and the dressing will be going for 10 marks. We have the content. The content will be going for 20 marks. Of course, we have the composure. The composure goes for 10 marks. And again, we have a presentation. The presentation goes for 20 marks. Also, we have the time management, like I've said earlier. The time management goes for 10 marks. We have the creativity. How creative are you? And that goes for 10 marks. We have the grammar. How best can you play with the diction? And that goes for 10 marks. And lastly, we'll be looking at the pronunciation. How well can you pronounce words in the exact way that we are expecting you to do so? And that goes for 10 marks. And that gives us a total of 100 marks. So each thing will be graded upon all of these criteria. And we hope that we will have a good event. Thank you very much.
The battle of the intellectuals. NSAS protest, an experience worth repeating. Supporting the motion is the Faculty of Science. Faculty of Social Science, please. While the chief speaker steps out.
Junior said, freedom is never given to an oppressor. It is determined by the oppressed. Who are the oppressed? We Nigerians. The Special Anti-Robbery Squad, refers to as SARS, came into existence in 1992 with the aim of tackling armed robbery in Lagos. Members of the squad were operating undercover. They did not carry arms in public and were mostly tasked to facilitate successful arrest of criminals and armed robbers. Years later, SARS spread from Lagos to other states. Its mandate was to arrest, investigate, and prosecute suspected armed robbers, criminals, hired assassins, and other violent criminals. In 2013, 35 dead bodies were found in a river in Anambra State. They were missing people already killed by SARS. NSAS started as an hashtag on social media in 2017. There was an important social media campaign with the use of the hashtag, and numerous Nigerians used the hashtag to report abuses made by SARS. In October 2020, the hashtag came to spotlight again. This time around, it went beyond social media campaigns with thousands of youths trooping out to protest and making demand. October 2020 has historically been written in the history of Nigeria as youth at all different places in the country stormed the streets to protest, particularly against the extortion, killing, and the harassment by the Special Anti-Robbery Squad. It's been a year since the protest, and this gives room for reflections and answers to the question. NSAS protest is what's repeating.
When I remember those dark times of screams and chants from the agony within the blotted Nigerian youth who fought bravely to defile the mountain of bloodshed in our country, yet what became of them? The eruption of grief in one night of carnage on the 20th of October 2020. Greetings, honorable adjudicators, faculty members, worthy opponents and audience. I am Shoreme Oladimeji, a basic medical scientist in training, and I'm here to state that EndSARS protest is an experience, an event not worth repeating. To start this bulky vehicle this day, it is important, it is salient. I define the word protest and EndSARS protest particularly. Protest being a remonstration is the public expressions of one's disagreement, disapproval, dissent towards an idea and activity, especially a political one. It is the public expression of citizens' opinion in a bid, in an attempt to influence governmental policies. EndSARS, on the other end, is a decentralized social movement and series of mass protests that is centered against police brutality. The slogan calls for the disbanding of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SAS, a unit of the Nigerian police that has been tagged and marked with series of civil rights abuse. The question is, the experience we had last year, should it be repeated?
And just like my first speaker has said, EndSARS, we all know that EndSARS was a symbol of peace, a symbol of unity in the Nigerian system, though they tried to sabotage it. But the reality, we cannot hide it. It is what we live to tell generations yet unborn. Now, I haven't talked much on that. Why should EndSARS continue? EndSARS has been one of the most beautiful things that has ever happened on the Nigerian soil since independence. Why? Because we saw even the political actors were on their toes. They were afraid. They saw determined minds. They saw determined folks. They saw the strength of the youth. They saw their voice, their strength, and they were shaking, coming together. They lost their feet. They couldn't even address. They couldn't address the public. And also, we can see that in that time, in time past, we've never had such gathering whereby Nigerians are going to put out their differences, their contentions. Even during the EndSARS, we broke free from ethnic contentions, from tribal contention. We saw ourselves as one, and we came together to fight for the cause, with one cause, one ideology.
There, the hot sun was blazing, yet Nigerian youth still stood with their unsheathed swords of voices in unison, all to disband SARS. But the aftermath was the suffering and underclothed sin of our country's leaders. And who suffered? You and I. Was this suffering through pain and death, a victory of protest, and a worthwhile experience? Greetings, respectable panel of judges, distinguished guests, honorable opponents, and incredible audience. I am Salako Omolabake from the Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, and I stand here to vehemently say no, that the EndSARS protest is not an experience worth repeating. First, we must know that under protests lead to an increased crime rate because protests are easily hijacked by thugs. Let's imagine there's a call for under protest and Nigerian youths are once again to be at the forefront of change and revolution. Won't the catapult increase in crime rate in our already declining country? It is evident that crime became more notorious during the EndSARS protest. There was theft and vandalization of public and private properties across the country. According to Vanguard News Nigeria, 205 stations and formations, including critical private and public infrastructures, were damaged by dogs during the protest. Even the airlights were not left untouched. The palace of the Oba of Lagos was turned into a playground, and his royal staff were reportedly stolen. Hence, the nation's economy the nation's security has only become more fragile after the rampage of protests. The protest became an avenue for the display of a series of crimes that affected innocent citizens who were neither SARS nor the government the protesters were fighting against. You see, the protest was indeed a good cause, but the consequences were dire.
Yeah, it's a great pleasure to be here today, and I think it's an honor by the organizer to be fit that I should be part of this program. As the DB have said, while we were in secondary school those days, we always look forward to be part and parcel of the literary and creative society. Most members are seen then as genius, as people of greater character. I don't know whether that is still what is obtainable now. I've listened to the ladies and the gentlemen, the young ones, as the battle to convince us or to confuse us as to the points they are driving home. I'm a bit disappointed that the hall is not filled up. The reason I don't know. And it's supposed to be a venue where we learn and interact ideas. By the team that was given to me for today's debate, it is said, youth as an agent of change. But in what I've heard so far, I will see the topic being hit on the head, except there is still more that will come that actually highlights your role as an agent of change. And who are those youths? As defined by the United Nations, a youth is within an age bracket of maybe 18 to 45. Very soon people like us will retire. And when people talk about change. What kind of change are we talking about? And what kind of change do you envisage? Is it positive change? And is it otherwise? Let me now tell you how I think youth could be about the positive change that is desired in this country. No matter how well you organize your protest, you might not get the desired results. I'm not supporting anybody's motion to say, oh, EndSARS was done in futility. No. What I'm saying is that youth, as at now, how do you bring about the positive change that we all dream about, or what we are looking forward to, or the kind of things that we see when we travel outside the shore of this country? What are those changes that you desire in your heart that Nigeria should actually be experiencing now? Number one, there should be a change in our attitude in terms of corruption. That is what is killing Nigeria now.